Yeah. And if you ain't know by now, you finna find out, and I'm gonna say it for everybody. It's about damn time. What's good, YouTube? It's your man Rage King back with another one. Yes, another upload to the channel. And before we get started, I ask if y'all please go down there and hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that share button, hit that bell for notifications if you're new. Welcome to Rage Ranch TV. This is how we do Rage and Rebels. Crown up. And if you're new to the crew, welcome to the Rage and Rebel Revolution. Now let's vibe. And y'all, in the midst of very, 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 very dark days, for our Houston Texans, our beloved Houston Texans, you know, all the fans that are true Houston Texans fans, you know, all 45 of us that are out there still. We got some good news, y'all. We got some good news. I don't know what it was about winning last week, but it seems like good things just keep rolling in the Texans' favor. The Browns lost, and we know how important it is for the Browns to lose this season. We get their draft picks. We get a win, and we also get this nugget of good news. Texans Executive VP of Football Ops, Jack Easterby, mutually part ways. Now let's speak on it. Y'all, for those that do not know or have not been following the channel for a while now. There has been one constant, not named Bob McNair and the Houston Texans football team. What do I mean by that? That constant being one Jack Easterby. Why is this guy so important, and why am I so elated that this guy is no longer a part of the Houston Texans franchise? Allow me to explain. This guy, Jack Easterby, was the same guy who thought that Bill O'Brien would be a great GM. He's also the guy that said, hey, Bill O'Brien, why don't you go ahead and trade DeAndre Hopkins while he's in his prime for a running back that was past his prime 2 seasons ago. This is the guy, Jack Easterby, who helped run Deshaun Watson right out of town. I ain't gonna say he was the complete culprit, but he damn sure had his hand in that. He damn sure played a part in that. This guy, Jack Easterby, is the reason why so many players that we get that was so good didn't want nothing to do with the Houston Texans. If Ego Trip was a person, it would be Jack Easterby. The fact that he is gone. Let me give you a synopsis of what's going on with this guy. If I can make a comparison, this guy, Jack Easterby, is to the Texans what Dan Snyder is to the Washington Commanders, except he's not an owner. You understand what I'm saying? He's a guy that doesn't need to be there, does nothing but produce toxic work cultures, and makes everybody that he works for or work with hate him. That's who Jack Easterby is. That's who he is. Now we got an article here about said parting ways of Jack Easterby and the Houston Texans, which I think is nothing short of a spectacular move. So we're gonna react. That's just how we do. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. The Houston Texans and Executive Vice President of Football Operations, Jack Easterby, have mutually agreed to part ways, the team said Monday. Texans owner and CEO Cal McNair said in a statement that the decision was made after he met with Easterby. For the remainder of the season, effective immediately, his responsibilities will be absorbed by our football operations staff. We acknowledge Jack's positive contributions and wish him and his family the best in the future. Speak for yourself, Mr. Cal. McNair said in the statements. Houston hired Easterby in 2019, and he had a major voice in the organization, taking on a bigger role after coach and general manager Bill O'Brien was fired following an 0-4 start to the 2020 season. In 2021, McNair hired Nick Casario as general manager, pairing him with Easterby. McNair gave Easterby responsibility over personnel after O'Brien was fired, but he said Easterby would not be named general manager going forward. Do you see, even if it wasn't his job, he still found a way to be an idiot. This guy, Jack Easterby, found a way to be an idiot. Who has he brought to the team that's worth a damn? Don't say, oh, just Petrie, Don't say, oh, Damian Pierce. Don't say, oh, well, he got Stingley. That's all Nick Casario. Clearly, Nick Casario don't need Jack Easterby. You want to know why? Because reading an article about Jack Easterby getting out of town. Let's continue. Andre Johnson, the team's all-time leading receiver, was among those who publicly criticized Easterby and his power in the organization. Let me stop one more time. Andre Johnson, the phenomenal Andre Johnson, the greatest wide receiver in Houston Texans history. The guy that literally said nothing, stayed to himself, and would only retaliate, ask Cortland Finnegan, would only have something to say or do to you if you provoked him to that point. And it did, and it had to be more than one time. Ask Cortland Finnegan. Who? Exactly. When Andre Johnson, the guy that bothers no one, the guy that minds his business, the guy that just grabs his lunch pail, goes to work, and does a phenomenal job at that. When the quiet legend has something bad to say about you, that should be all you need to know about the idiot that Jack Easterby is. Let's continue on. Easterby seemed to be very involved in the team's decision-making process after Casario was hired, but had been less vocal and visible this season after Coach Lovie Smith was hired to replace David Culley, who was fired after just one season. I don't think David Culley should have ever been a Houston Texans head coach. I didn't like the move when they first did. And this is not a personal attack against him. It's just you've been in the league for almost 30 years, almost my entire lifetime, and you haven't had one head coaching job since? Not one? Yet you get one and then lose it in a season. Yet who was running to go hire David Culley as their head coach? Nobody. That is for a reason. Not to say the man can't coach. Not to say that the man is just absolutely horrible at what he does. But to say that he was a guy that could lead your football team to a Super Bowl win. A guy that could lead troops in the battle. Not him. Not him. To me, he was never the coach for the job. He was just the guy to get Lovie Smith in. I said that before, and I will say that again. David Culley was never the right guy for the job. Let him be he can be a coordinator for my team all day long. Head coach, absolutely not. Let's continue. Smith would not comment on Easterby's job status earlier Monday, saying one doesn't talk about anything until it's official, but did address their relationship. My dealing with Jack has been great, Smith said. He's been good for our organization. Speak for yourself. One of the first guys that I got a chance to talk with before I came down here. Easterby began his NFL career as a character coach with the Kansas City Chiefs in 2011, serving as the team's captain. This is probably in bad taste. But I just have to bring this up. This guy, Jack Easterby, was a character coach for the Kansas City Chiefs in 2011. Here's the reason why that wasn't a good thing. Because if y'all get a chance, I want y'all to Google. For those that watch, I want y'all to Google a man by the name, I believe his name was Javon Belcher. Let me know how that situation ended up while this man, Jack Easterby, was the quote-unquote character coach of that team. And tell me what happened to poor Javon. Boy, I ain't going to say poor Javon Belcher, but tell me how that Javon Belcher situation ended up while he was the characters coach. And you'll see that dark clouds follow this man wherever he goes. You want to talk about being toxic in human form? That's Jack Easterby. After his time in Kansas City, Easterby spent 6 seasons with the New England Patriots, because why not grab the trash from the Patriots and bring it down here to Houston? This seems to be a theme down here for some reason. Beginning as their character... Y'all about to see yet another reason why I don't like this guy. Beginning as their character coach and helping the organization through a time during which tight end Aaron Hernandez was arrested and charged with murder. He was the character coach whilst that team gave Aaron Hernandez an extension of 5 years, $45 million plus after said murder had been committed. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to talk bad about any of the players I just mentioned. But when you've got bad character players or guys that do a lot of crazy crap, while this guy is your characters coach, Come on now. Come on now. It don't take a genius to connect 2 and 2 and get 4. Bad news and bad luck follow this guy everywhere he goes. And it's no surprise. It was like that in Kansas City. He left. They got better. Went on to win a Super Bowl, by the way. They left the Patriots. He was on the Patriots. Yeah, they won because of Tom Brady. But as soon as he left, as soon as he got up out of Dodge, the Patriots are still the Patriots. They're still good. They're still going to be relevant. And now you look at him with the Texans. Literally up 24-0 against the team that ultimately went and won the Super Bowl that year. And what has happened to the Texans since? Nothing but drama and chaos. Unnecessary drama and chaos. So it's no surprise to me that this guy's prior history, everywhere he's been, there's been nothing but what? Drama and chaos. You don't need that. You don't need that. The fact that it took this long to get this idiot up out of the Houston Texans family and the organization is ridiculous. But I guess better late than never, right? Let's finish this off. But his role in New England grew from being team's chaplain to learning more about NFL team operations from Coach Bill Belichick as the franchise won 3 Super Bowls. Houston won 3-1 in last place in the AFC South, and that is the end of the article. So I'm going to end it on this. I'm going to reiterate what I've been saying. I'm glad this idiot is gone. He has no business on any NFL football team, or any team sport, any team sport role at all, because everywhere he goes, bad news, bad luck, and drama follows. You don't need that, especially in the place of business. This guy has not proven that he is eligible to do anything to elevate a team, but he's done everything to prove all he can do is drag a team down because he simply doesn't know what he's doing. I honestly don't think that this guy gives a damn about the NFL. He only gives a damn about collecting a check. And if you think I'm lying, look at the places while he was there and look at them after he left. All of them got better, and the same thing. Watch how fast Houston turns around now that Jack Easterby is out of here. And I'm so glad. I am so glad. It took long enough. We probably should have done this back in 2020. But I guess better late than never. But that's just my opinion, man. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about Jack Easterby finally getting the hell out of town. As long as y'all remain respectful and logical, we can have a conversation. That's the end of my video. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Go Texans, man. Hey, Jack Easterby, I'm not even going to do it. I'm just glad you're gone.